Hi everyone, welcome to Celebration Park for round 18 women's NPLW action here between Northern Redbacks and Curtin University on a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in the West. Thanks for joining me today here in Perth's northern suburbs. My name's Tommy Dolman. I'll be calling you through today's action here on the Football West YouTube channel and Facebook page around Australia and beyond. 2 games already so far this weekend. Fremantle City defeating Perth on Friday night with 2 brilliant goals from Michaela Lyons, helping them win 2-1 under new head coach Gary Church, who steps in from the technical director role until the end of the season. The other game on Friday was a fixture with relevance to today's match, with Murdoch University Melville defeating Subiaco 9-0. Grace Betty, Ellie Lamont and Mariana Tabane with a couple of goals each there, and that moved Mum FC back to the top of the league by 2 points prior to today's fixture. Of course, if the Redbacks win, they will return to the summit ahead of the season's final 3 weeks of the campaign. Captain Stephanie Waycott and Sean Billam doing the pre-match admin and then going back to their huddles. Referee out in the middle today is David Avison. He'll be assisted by Libby Caldwell and Chloe Smith. Game was meant to kick off at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Slightly later delay with the running over of the under-23s match a little bit earlier on. The assistants do their final checks. David Davison waits in the centre circle with the ball. Of course, one other fixture happening today over at Ashfield is NTC versus Balcatta, and that's also a game with ramifications for top 4 places, as an NTC win will mean they'll replace Balcatta in 4th spot. So we're just about set to get underway here on a sunny Sunday for women's NPLWA football. Another must-win game for the Redbacks in their pursuit for the title. And once again, they must answer after Mum FC's win on Friday applied that little bit of pressure on today's game. Standing in their way are Curtin University, who have taken points off Redbacks twice in the NPLW era and came from 2 goals down in defeat at this ground earlier in the campaign. Which way will the pendulum swing this afternoon in the title race? Round 18 women's NPLWA action is off and running. Curtin University getting us underway in the orange jerseys. Larissa Walsh is stolen in early here though, and Steph Waycott has to cut out. Pass is wide on the right to Penelope Clayton. Turnover of possession again. Redbacks looking for a fast start here at Celebration Park. It's Walsh's cross. Unable to quite bring that under control was Olivia Wood, and Curtin are able to clear up the ground partially. Kim Carroll forward. Sarah Carroll helps on. Wood's little reverse ball. Walsh is in behind here, but the offside flag has gone up. No, referee has spotted a foul behind the play. Must admit I was tracking the ball there, but perhaps a slightly late challenge in order there. Ball goes over the head of Rihanna Burgess. Kim Carroll slams that back upfield, and then Jacqueline McKernan not quite able to keep that one in play. Well, the action on this near side early on. Ball went through the legs of Emily Dunn with no touch off the Redbacks defender. Northern Redbacks looking to assert their authority early. It's Sarah Carroll tries to help the ball out wide for Walsh. It'll come back to Dunn once more. And now Kim Carroll looks up into the feed of Olivia Wood. And then Redbacks play all the way back to Andrea Teixeira. Redbacks coming into this game in really good form. 4 wins on the spin. In fact, they've only lost 1 game all season in 2021. That was against Balcatta. It's also the only game that they're yet to score in as well this season. So generally when the Redbacks score a goal, they do get the win. Carroll's pass back to Diedrichsen there was a little dangerous. Worked out all okay, though. And then that's a lovely pass from Dunn to release Walsh down this left-hand side. It's Larissa Walsh. It was a good challenge from Caitlin Broomhead, who stepped across. And now McClernand once again. Former East Fremantle player. Bilham's ball out wide. Olivia Wood stayed on side here. She'll get to the byline, put the cross in. Sarah Carroll was lurking. The shot was on target and it was saved down low by Stacey Cavill in goal. Sarah Carroll's been in magnificent form of late. Of course, the former Golden Boot winner at this level, the 2019 Women's Premier League Golden Boot winner. That was the season before the NPLW formed. A player who's been re-signed with the Glory for 21-22. Here's Curtin coming forward for the first time this afternoon. It's Taina Campos letting one rip from distance, and she wasn't quite able to wrap her foot around the ball. Campos scored at this ground earlier in the campaign. And the Redbacks 3-2 win over Curtin University back in round 4. Speak about the excellent form that the Redbacks have been in. It's been a little bit tougher for Curtin this campaign. They had to wait quite a long time to get their first win of the campaign. That was against NTC. It was a 3-2 win. A few draws splattered in amongst that blend of results as well. Good initial spell when Dom Gangemi, the coach who was appointed back in late June, was brought in to replace Morrison Dean, who stayed in at the club as assistant coach. Gangemi got a good 2-2 draw against Redbacks in one of his earlier games in charge, and then oversaw that win and a draw with Subiaco as well, but things have just tapered off a little bit recently. A couple of heavy defeats in that mix to Perth and to Mum FC as well. Beautiful winter's afternoon here in WA, just a slight breeze. Barely a cloud in the sky though. We've had some pretty horrific rain here in WA over the past month in particular. Just about the wettest July in history, I'm sure I read somewhere before. Nice to have a little bit of relief this weekend. It's been glorious, particularly today down here at Celebration Park in Balga. That one will just run away from Grace Montero and out for a throw. Montero, who returned to Northern Redbacks this season after spending 2020 with the NTC, where she made 12 appearances. Former Redbacks captain at under 16 level as well. 14 appearances in 2021. The long throw is over the head of Rihanna Burgess and gathered by Maya Diedrichsen. Teixeira. Bilham. Last touch off Montero's pass, out for a throw. Teixeira's pass was charged down by Eleanor Bates, but Diedrichson will be able to watch that one out for a goal kick. Redbacks are a team that do like to try and play out from the back when they can. Maya Diedrichson was having a look around to see if an option was presentable, but instead she'll have to go long. Worked out okay to Olivia Wood. The releasing ball is looking for Larissa Walsh, who's got plenty of pace. She may still get there, Walsh. It's Larissa Walsh who rounds the keeper and puts into the back of the net. Walsh's 11th goal of the season. She draws equal second in the Golden Boot race with Ellie Lamont. And the Redbacks get the goal they need to return to the summit. Redbacks 1, Curtin University 0. So goal number 11 this season for Larissa Walsh. She's having an excellent campaign. And we've seen that speed so often this season being utilised. And once she was racing in and all she had to do was get to the ball first. And once she did, she was able to round Cavill with ease and slot into an empty net. Coleman was closed down by Burgess. Dunn looks up the line to the goal scorer, Walsh. Pulled back for Coleman, who'll want to switch the play out to Montero. Touch was a little heavy, and that allowed Bates to step in. Now, Bates has got a couple ahead of her. One of them's Campos. Tried to touch it around Teixeira, but the defender was able to read that one well. Forward by Bates. Looked like I saw one into the head of Billum, I think. Pointing at the chest, saying it hit her there. So Dom Gangemi will be urging his team forward after that early setback. As we said before, he was former Fremantle City Technical Director, replaced inaugural coach Morrison Dean. Still involved as a scout with Serie A side Atalanta. Semi-pro coach and player in Italy as well. His Curtin team have just edged a little bit further forward here. Chance for Broomhead to hoist another long one into the air. It's a deep one again. Carroll will volley clear. Might yet come back to Broomhead though. She'll try and shield the ball out and it'll be take 2. Quick to get it moving. It fell under the leg of Bates and Burgess was looking to capitalise on it. Quick release was a good one for Walsh. Walsh has got Olivia Wood and Sarah Carroll ahead of her. Picked off. Pass forward from Campos. Burgess with some good centre forward play. And then Walsh was tracking back and able to poke the ball away. So a good start here for Redbacks. Goal inside the first 10 minutes scored by Larissa Walsh. If you're late joining us this afternoon here at Celebration Park. Redbacks have got an outstanding home record. They've won 8 and drawn 1 of their 9 games in season 2021. Their only drop points were against the defending champions Mum FC here, who they're of course locked in that title battle with. So on the live table, that goal has put the Redbacks back a point clear of Mum FC, and they're on the front foot here looking to make it 2. It's Carroll's ball threaded through for Walsh, and it's brave goalkeeping by Cavill to smother the ball at the feet of the Redbacks flyer. Coleman, good challenge by Campos and then Bates. It's Taina Campos driving forward. She's poked through for Rihanna Burgess, and Burgess was rushed into taking a shot early by Emily Dunn. Just a little sign there from Curtin that they can pose problems when they do win the ball in those midfield areas. Got some really good string pullers in there, the likes of Campos and Bates. Clayton's header, she's in a battle for possession with Coleman. And then Dunn plays off Clayton and out for a throw. Coleman stepping in. Teixeira hassled by Campos, and it was good pressure from Curtin because they win the ball back. Dangerous pass back to Waycott. It's intercepted by Billum. Waycott will go in again, wearing the captain's armband. Campos, Bates, Campos again. Curtin just settling into this game a little bit more in the past minute or two, and then a lovely back heel to release Bates again. The cross comes in, and it's a little bit too close to Diedrichsen, in fact. There was no real runner coming in at the back post. Redbacks give the ball away. McClernon. Burgess's ball across. Walsh is back defending. She's going to have to hurry, though, because she's going to get closed down by McClernon, I think that was. And then poking out of play was Clayton, and it'll be a Redbacks throw. So much better from Curtin in recent times. Waycott's pass across goal was dangerous. Walsh was lurking. Stepping in Coleman. Should work out okay, though. McClernand's ball will give Burgess something to chase, and that'll run through for Diedrichsen. Forward by Waycott, who's one of several players in this Curtin University team who was part of the Northern Redbacks under-23 side in 2020. Prado. Campos had Bates to her outside. Montero read that well. And then took the safe option and put into touch. We'll give Broomhead a chance to come forward from the back, though, and hoist another long ball into the penalty area. A couple of dangerous moments so far from Curtin when they've utilised that long throw, and once again, they've committed plenty of players forward for this attack. 5 in the area in total. Is Broomhead's throw. It's going to be Coleman to head away. Wood will complete the clearance. It's only as far as Broomhead, though, who will look wide and see Connop. Connop's place was then mispassed, and the Redbacks will look to counter, and there's no better player to start a counter-attack than Larissa Walsh. Ball inside for Wood was cut out well by Waycott, who showed calmness not once but twice. And then misplaced the pass and was intercepted by Carla Bennett. Bennett again. Ball forward is released. Carroll down this right-hand side. Cabell's come a long way off her goal. Carroll into the area. She'll try and pull back. Walsh was her only target in the middle, and Broomhead was able to clear up and away and out for a throw. Redbacks throw taken by Bennett. Billum across for Coleman. Clearance was from McClernand. Texera's got a little bit of time to bring this one under control, and last season's top 4 cup winners can exchange passes across the back. Waycott was nudged as she tried to clear. Carroll is into the area. Broomhead has just done well to stand her up for the time being. Ball back for Bennett. Left-footed cross is headed back very calmly by Broomhead. In fact, it was Clayton, my apologies, who was back there doing her defensive duties. Just looks as though Redbacks have managed to put a few passes together and just quell that little 5-minute spell from Curtin, where they looked dangerous and got on the front foot. Carroll plays it into Waycott, sorry. Cross into the area, hit the crossbar. Caught everybody by surprise, not least Stacey Cavill, but she was able to watch that one bounce off the frame pretty comfortably in the end. Curtin play out from the back dangerously. Coleman wanted the foul. David Avison waves play on. Billum's touch was not expecting Campos to arrive as quickly as she did. Bates forward. Dunwell gets the ball first and play back to Diedrichsen. Clearance was a little short and picked off by Burgess though. And then Campos just couldn't quite get the cross in the area to Bates. So midway through first half here at Celebration Park, Northern Redbacks 1, Curtin University 0. Goal scored by Larissa Walsh. Tommy Dolman with you on the call this afternoon on the Football West YouTube channel and Facebook page. Fremantle 2, Perth 1, Mum FC 9, Subiaco 0 on Friday night. NTC and Balcatta happening elsewhere today. Season just ramping up nicely, getting towards crunch time. A red-hot title race and a battle between 4 teams for top 4 places as well. It's shaping up as a very exciting period to end the season. Coleman tries to thread the ball through for Bennett. It's a good pass from where we were stood. Well read though by Connop, I think it was back there. Burgess outnumbered there. Coleman's ball forward. Switch the play here now. Clayton's got a little bit of room here. She'll try and utilise McClernand, who won the ball at the second time of asking. Clayton's ball forward into the feet of Burgess, who's onside here, and then thought that she'd heard a shout wide on the right, but the pass was pretty easily collected by Dunn, whose ball forward will look for Carroll. Broomhead sticks to her task though, and then the clearance upfield will result in a Redbacks throw. Teixeira. Pass cut out by Hazelden. Ball forward looking for Burgess. Diedrichsen shouts and experienced stopper comes out to claim. 5 clean sheets in 13 appearances for Maya Diedrichsen this season, including 3 in a row. Against Fremantle City, Perth and Balcatta. Here's Larissa Walsh at the other end, who goes to ground. She poked forward. Cavill was able to gather. Northern Redbacks patient in their build-up. Although, as I say that, possession turned over. Burgess's pass forward, though, was cut out by Teixeira. Campos, lovely flick around the corner for Bates. Then receives the pass back from the former Balcatta attacking midfielder. Carroll's layoff, cut out by Prayado. Ball forward to Bates. Sticking a leg out was Teixeira, and then Montero was not quite able to keep that one in. So Carlos Vegamone will be pretty happy with what he's seen in the first half so far from his Redbacks team. They've got the goal that they needed. And Curtin have shown little glimpses, though, of what they can provide. Here's the throw-in from Broomhead. Bates just lost the handle slightly on that one, and Billum opted to watch for a throw. Clayton, Burgess, Connop, watch out, Carroll's here. Connop stuck to a task though. I think Carroll just slightly lost her footing. Now McClernan, she's got Clayton out wide here, who'll have a run at Emily Dunn. 2 in the area for Curtin if the cross come over. Walsh then just comes in to help Dunn, and I think Clayton will be pretty happy to win the corner there, as the outnumber arrived. So in-swinger will come in from Eleanor Bates. Good ball in at the back post, wide open. Curtin have equalised here at Celebration Park. I think it's Jennifer Hazelden who's got the equaliser. Wasn't quite able to see from my commentary position. I'll try and confirm that one to you shortly. But Curtin have equalised here, and Redbacks have got work to do once again. Curtin 1, Redbacks 1. And I think it was Andrea Prado who got that equaliser, actually. She was all alone, unmarked, and stooping and putting the header into the back of the net. We'll go and confirm that goal scorer to you at half-time. Billum's ball forward was looking for Bennett down the right. It was cut out by Hazelden. And then Teixeira puts out for a throw. So suddenly the dynamic of the title race has just changed slightly here. Curtin have scored in every meeting between these two sides in the NPLW era, and they've done it again. In fact, both teams have scored in all 5 fixtures since the beginning of 2020. Last touch there off a red shirt. It'll be a Curtin throw. A high boot there from Megan Connop as Olivia Wood tried to win the header. So Redbacks free kick. Carroll will sling this one forward to the back post. Waiting there was Bennett. Ball will eventually break to Cavill, who will collect and claim. Campos has charged this one down here, and she's not quite able to keep that in play. Curtin showing a little bit of energy, though, having equalised a moment or two ago. Goal which has given this game a little bit of life, and a goal which will no doubt be cheered by Murdoch University Melville. Mark Jones's team, who will be keeping a keen eye on this result. Campos's ball forward. Carroll will clear. Here's Sarah Carroll. Bennett. Ball forward looking for Walsh. Hazelden steps in. And now Wood will pass back for Teixeira. Dunn should be able to keep this in play. She does. Ball forward for Walsh, who looks to scoot away down this left-hand side. Just run out of turf, though. Here's Emily Dunn. Wood. Walsh, now Coleman. Easy balls on back to Dunn. He's looking up, assessing her options. Returns back for Coleman. Billum. Coleman again. Patient play. Dunn's ball in now into the feet of Carroll. Touch just bounced away from the Perth Glory W League star. Billum, now Coleman, done with space on this left-hand side. Walsh will provide an option up the line. Cutting inside there, she was crowded out by three Curtin bodies there, and then Dunn's ball in is aimed in deep. Bennett's made the late run, the flag's up though over on the far side. It wouldn't have counted even if Bennett had put into the net. Redbacks haven't had it all their own way in this fixture over the journey. 2 wins and 2 draws. And once again, they're being held here by a dogged, determined Curtin side this afternoon. Wood just ran out of territory down the left-hand side, and the ball went out for a goal kick before she could pull that one back across goal. Campos, Bates, held up for the moment by Montero. I think she tried to return for Campos, who had already gone past the play. Forward from Carroll now, brought down quite well by Carroll. She was a little bit unlucky, and then the ricochet might yet break the way of the Redbacks number 2. Pass inside for Billum. Now Bennett. Billum's continue to run. It may yet break for Bennett anyway, whose ball in the middle is aimed at Walsh. Clearance was from Hazelden. It'll be kept in by Bennett, though, and then she tried to win the corner. In fact, she went to ground, and I think David Averson's pointed to the penalty spot here. He has, so penalty was awarded there. Carla Bennett was fouled in the area, and the Redbacks get their opportunity to regain their lead, and it'll be Sarah Carroll who steps up against Stacey Cavill. It's Carroll's penalty. It's 2-1 Redbacks. Carroll scores for a 7th straight game in the NPLW, her 10th of the season, and the Redbacks regain their lead. Redbacks 2, Curtin 1. So when you've got the hot hand, you step up and take the big penalties, and that's what Sarah Carroll's done. In a rich vein of form at the moment. She scored in her past 7 games on the spin now. 1 in each of them, and has moved into double figures for the season in total. And once again, the Redbacks are back in front here at Celebration Park. Three goals already in this opening half. A beautiful afternoon for football here in the West. A key game in the title race, and Redbacks are holding firm to date. Clayton. She's only really got Burgess ahead of her in support. She tried to clip the ball through for the striker. Coleman, good strong midfield play there. Another of these Redbacks who have had an excellent season in 2021. Now Walsh loves to run at the defender. She puts the ball in. Waycott's header was good enough. I think that's going to go out for a throw. It is. McClernand unable to keep that one in play. She's actually switched sides here by the looks of it with Hazelden. Perhaps a tactical move there to try and quell the influence of Walsh down this left-hand side. Campos will give chase. Coleman steps in as she does ever so often, screening that midfield. Player who's really made the difference in the middle of the park for Redbacks in season 2021. Although just as I say that, she turns possession over and then steps in and wins the ball back again. In absolutely everything at the moment, the Redbacks number 15. There's Dunn. It's a lovely pass forward for Olivia Wood, who is a right footer, so she'll have to check back. Dunn's ball in. It's aimed at either Carroll or Bennett. Cleared away partially, and then Priado was fouled by Billam in midfield. Here's Bennett, who won that penalty. Broomhead tried to chest that one down, and Carroll nearly snuck in and nicked possession. A little bit earlier today, the Redbacks under 23s won 4-1 over Curtin in the game which preceded this one. Redbacks leading this one by 2-1 as well, and are on the front foot, although Coleman checks all the way back to Carroll. 50-plus cap Matildas player Kim Carroll. Real pillar of strength and a incredible leader at the back for this Redbacks outfit. Wood, Coleman, and now Billam helps it forward. Walsh is showing interest. The ball's bounced up and was fumbled by Cavill, and there's a belated offside flag. which has gone up over on that far side. And I believe the referee's just going to go and communicate with his assistant here. Cavill just misjudged the bounce on that, and Walsh was there to put in. Goal has been paid here, I think. So a little bit of confusion here, but the Redbacks have a third here. And it's scored by Larissa Walsh, who moves to 12 goals for the season as a joint leading scorer in the Golden Boot race now with Katarina Jukic. And I'm not sure what the official reading on that was. I'll try and garner that at half-time. A little bit of confusion here, though. As the ball came over the top, the flag went up from the assistant over on that far side, and I thought it was an offside initially, but then the referee and assistant have conferred, and the goal has been awarded. And it's a goal which has put Redbacks 3-1 up here. On the front foot again. Bennett's ball in. Cavill's punching. Might break to Billum, who drives in. It's just wide of the upright. Redbacks looking to add more pain here to Curtin in the shadows of half-time. McClellan stepping in there. Coleman, Walsh turns around the corner. Sarah Carroll will finish. Offside flags up. And this one won't count, I'm pretty sure. No need to confer on that occasion. And Cavill will get us restarted. Not long to go here in this first half. Teixeira, layoff was from Bennett. Bates. Forward to Campos, and David Avison blows the halftime whistle. So an interesting first 45 minutes here at Celebration Park. 2 goals from Larissa Walsh have put Redbacks into a 3-1 lead here. She moves to 12 for the season and into a lead for the Golden Boot with Katarina Jukic. The other scored by Sarah Carroll from the penalty spot. Curtin responded through, I believe, Andrea Preato from a corner midway through the half, but a little bit of confusion reigned at the way of which that third goal was scored. And as a result, it's a crucial goal because it puts Redbacks in a wonderful position going into the second half here as they look to maintain their lead at the top of the NPLW WA. Half-time here at Celebration Park, Redbacks 3, Curtin 1. Welcome back to Celebration Park. Second half of this round 18 women's NPLWA clash between Northern Redbacks and Curtin University. Redbacks with a 3-1 lead at half-time. 2 goals for Larissa Walsh, 1 for Sarah Carroll. Curtin's response was from Andrea Preato, her first NPLW senior goal. Did manage to confirm that one at the interval. Did also manage to clarify with the officials at halftime as well the nature of the third goal, which was scored by Larissa Walsh. A flag went up initially for offside. And I was told it was down to an interpretation of the way the phases are under the new rules for offside. So apologies if I slightly get this one wrong, but once Stacey Cavill had played for the ball, the new phase began, and that's why the goal stood. Billam's ball comes into the area, Cavill claims. So once Cavill made the play at the ball and got the touch, the phase of offside was over, and then Walsh put into the net. So that was the third goal. I hope I've not mixed that one up slightly. Either way, the goal stands, and Redbacks lead by 3-1, and it's the position they want to be in as they look to return to the top. As things stand, they will be a point ahead of Mum FC going into the remaining 3 to 4 weeks of the campaign. And as I said before as well, a little shout out to Andrea Preato as well, her first NPLW goal for Curtin University, a header from Eleanor Bates' corner. I did call that in the commentary as Jennifer Hazelden earlier, so that's the lay of the land at the moment. One change at halftime for the Redbacks as well. Olivia Wood came off at halftime. Renee Leota has come on. Leota looks as though she's come to this right-hand side, and Carla Bennett has come back into the centre of midfield. There she is laying back for Dunn. Now Coleman. Broomhead was battling for possession. Last touch was off the Curtin player. What can they show in this second half? Dom Ganjemi will be hoping his team can get the next goal and perhaps apply a little bit of pressure to the Redbacks, who've got plenty at stake in this game. Wonderful play from Renee Leota there to spin off her opponent. Player who played for New Zealand, the Football Ferns, in the 2008 Beijing Olympics. 3 under-20s Women's World Cups as well for New Zealand. Bates' ball forward gives Campos something to chase. She's not really got any support at the moment. Burgess is arriving. Pass goes to the feet of the centre forward, who's not had a lot of opportunities this afternoon. Connop's ball finds Clayton in a little bit of space. Touch inside for Preato. Bennett wins the day on that occasion, and Redbacks can come forward once more. And here they go down this left-hand side. It's Larissa Walsh. She tried to feed Sarah Carroll with the pass. Preato, the goal scorer. Connop into the feet of Bates. Charge down. It'll break for Waycott. And now McClernand will lay back for Bates. Montero was in the way, and then Campos just lost her footing slightly. One other result elsewhere this afternoon, Hyundai NTC versus Balcatta. It's the NTC leading that one by 1-0. So as things stand there, moving back into the top 4 places. Chasing a 3rd win in a row after a midweek win against Perth and an impressive win against Fremantle City in the space of 5 days last week. Here's Dunn, one of 4 current players in the 200 club at the Northern Redbacks. Walsh, Leota, Carla Bennett are the others. There was Walsh trying to put the ball back across the 6-yard box. Curtin managed to play out. Campos's pass was just slightly behind Clayson there, and Redbacks will get a throw over in the shade on that far side. Quite a warm afternoon here in Perth's northern suburbs. Carroll lays across for Coleman. Switches on here if Montero peels wide. Teixeira gets it instead. Billum tries to feed forward. Charged down by Preato. Helped forward by Hazelden. Teixeira. Coleman. McLernan was closing down. Did a pretty good job to force the error. Now she needs support. Waycott provides the option and clears up the line. Upfield from Leota. Stepping in was Waycott. Here's Sean Billum, former gold medal winner. A 3-way tie in 2019 with Laura Waltman and Gemma Crane. Leota. Bennett. Pass across the 18-yard box was cut out. Dunn will receive first. Billum tries to make half a yard. Cleared upfield by McLernan. And Teixeira's got plenty of time to make a decision here. Here's Teixeira again, player who made her debut against Mob FC last year and was super impressive in that game on debut and has basically played every game at first team level for Redbacks since. One of 2 players, in fact, to play every game for the Redbacks in season 2021, along with Larissa Walsh. A 2-goal hero today. Leota spinning away. Carroll tries to tiptoe her way through a couple of challenges. Clearance is only as far as I thought it was Coleman who stepped in there. It was Campos who won it instead, and then Campos did well to win her team a throw-in. Bates steps in and wins from Coleman. Pass forward. Burgess had come looking for the ball to feet, and instead it went behind the defence. Diedrichson plays short. Teixeira just lost the handle slightly. Bates will try her luck from distance, and Diedrichsen was backpedaling, but able to claim. Ball might have just been dropping under the crossbar. It looked on target from where we are. Coleman with superb strength in midfield. Pass from Carroll was slightly misplaced for Bennett. Worked out okay, though. Clearance upfield from Teixeira. Waycott got ahead to that and ended up conceding a throw. A throw in which keeps Redbacks on the front foot for the time being. Now we're going to see a couple of Curtin changes here. So it's going to be a double swap. It's going to be Rihanna Burgess. And it's going to be the goal scorer, Andrea Prayaso, who make way. And they look like for like replacements. Confirm the identity of those replacements for you shortly. Meanwhile, Bennett slings a crossover looking for Walsh. So those changes, just to confirm, Andrea Prayato and Rihanna Burgess off, and on in their place are Chloe Mavica Garafa and Danielle Suckling as well. So Suckling's gone in up top, replacing Burgess, and Mavica Garafa has slotted into midfield where Prayato was. Mavica Garafa, who's made 2 substitute appearances this season for Curtin. Suckling has been a player who's done really well at under 23 level in season 2021. She's actually the top scorer at that level with 10 goals. 2 clear of Subiaco's Hallie Williams. Yet to break her duck at senior level, though. She'll be hoping she can do so today and get Curtin back into this one. But they've got to defend a free kick first. Carroll's ball in, headed away by Waycott. Carroll was weighing up the volley. Ball should break for Bates. Montero got there first. McClernand then uses Waycott. Stepping in Coleman. Good play from McClernand there. And she's got Campos in plenty of space upfield. Curtin looking to counter here. Campos has got Suckling to her left. Taina Campos still going. She was crowded out by Sarah Carroll, who worked back, and Kim Carroll, who was in front of her. Leota, pass through for Walsh, who's onside again. Larissa Walsh, she just lost her footing though as Cavill came out to try and smother the ball, and that was able to help Curtin scramble away. Kim Carroll forward. Carla Bennett helps on for Larissa Walsh. Walsh's little nudge through for Leota. And now Coleman. Good football from the Redbacks. Montero's ball forward is looking for the run of Billum, who breaks forward from midfield. And the Redback skipper will watch that one out for a throw. We spoke about the Redbacks' excellent home record. Curtin, 1 draw and 6 defeats in their 7 games, and it's not looking good for them again here. They have shown signs, and they were possibly a little bit unlucky to concede a third when they did. Montero's clearance hit Bates, and it'll be a Redbacks throw. Broomhead's ball forward, bounces over the head of Suckling. Oh, Carroll just miscued that one. Suckling will get her shot on goal, and it drifts just wide of Diederichsen's post. And that was a big chance for Curtin. Chances against the Redbacks don't grow on trees. Just the 17 goals conceded this season in 17 games now. Well, that was a big opportunity for Curtin to pull back and make it 3-2. I should say that Curtin have come from behind to get a draw twice in this fixture. In fact, they came from 2 goals down earlier in the campaign. They got it back to 2-2, and then Larissa Walsh scored a late winner. Carroll will try and blaze one at goal. Ricocheted away for Bates, who tries the long ball release forward for Suckling, who's given chase with Carroll, but Carroll, with that magnificent experience that she has, just got her body in the right position to quell the danger. Here's Walsh, who switch flanks this right-hand side, sliding in Walsh and Waycott. Hard, honest challenge between the pair. Campos's ball forward, skied up in the air by Billum. Bennett's ball. Walsh for Carroll. For Coleman. And now Billum tries to slide through for Leota. Bennett's little threaded ball forward, gathered by Cavill. Bates under pressure from Montero. McLernan's clearance just off the outside of the foot, and Redbacks will stay in their attacking half for the time being. Bennett searching ball down the line, just a little bit too much heat on that one for Walsh to collect. Billum turning away from Clayton. Marauding through midfield. She's got Leota to her left. Coming across there was Broomhead, who won that one really well. Read the play quite nicely. Meanwhile, Curtin are going to make a third change of the afternoon. it'll be Jacqueline McClellan who comes off and Emma Ilias on in her place. Ilias scored the equaliser in this fixture last season at Celebration Park. She looks as though she slotted into that left back position. Player who's played at Beckenham, Queen's Park and Melville as well. And just to clarify, that 1-1 draw, the home game for Redbacks last season was actually at Kingsway Reserve, not at Celebration Park. Meanwhile, the home team have got a corner, swung in by Bennett, headed away by Waycott. Billam's first to the ball. She's really got a lot of support on at the moment. Walsh tries to provide an option. In the end, Billam runs into trouble. Curtin will look to try and get the counter-attack going. Pass was just slightly misjudged by Suckling, and the Redbacks can come away once more. Carroll stabbed forward to Leota. Carla Bennett, ball down the line, will look for the former New Zealand international, and it was just a little bit too far ahead of the number 14. So no change to the halftime score here at Celebration Park. Northern Redbacks 3, Curtin University 1. Tommy Dolman with you on the call this afternoon. Football West YouTube channel and Facebook page. Wins for Fremantle City and Mum FC on Friday night. NTC currently a goal up against Balcatta as well. That was as it stood at half-time. And 2 goals for Larissa Walsh look as though they're going to send the Redbacks back to the top of the lead. Top of the league, my apologies, by 1 point. Here's Coleman. Billam will blast one from distance, and Cavill's able to watch that one over the bar. Stacey Cavill's a player with international experience as well, actually. 6 caps for the Philippines. An inaugural member of the NPLW side here at Curtin University, also a spell in the college system in the US. 28 appearances across the 2 NPLW seasons, and provides a wealth of experience at the back for this Curtin team. Montero just ran into trouble there. Bates will play in board for Campos. She knew she had the runner wide right, but Dunn was reading that one well. Suckling. Elias has continued her run forward from left back. She should be able to keep this in play and does. Bates's ball slid across. Suckling tried to backheel that towards goal, and she didn't quite get the contact required. Diedrichson was able to claim. Ball somehow stayed in play over on the far side. Forward comes Teixeira. Now Montero looks to link up with Walsh. Continued her run there, the fullback. Leota Poke towards goal. Walsh might be able to keep this one in play. Does. Pulls it back. Carroll was arriving at the back post, and there was a crucial touch in there from Hazelden, I think, to help that one away. And in fact, it will be a corner. So the Redbacks have 6 in the penalty area here for this ball in. Cavill punches away. Bates completes the clearance. Kim Carroll will get there first. She's got support from her fullback, Montero. Ball headed clear by Waycott, who's won plenty of those this afternoon. Bennett still free on that left-hand side from the corner. Carroll trying to poke forward for Coleman. Waycott has had a pretty good game at the back today, and she's on the mark again. Leota. Bennett still on this left-hand side. Looks to run at Hazelden. Cross into the middle. In fact, it didn't reach the middle. It went behind Stacey Cavill's goal. And I think we're going to see another change here. Looks like Carla Bennett is making way, and on in her place is Jana Ridley. "15 appearances and 2 goals this season. Last one scored here against the NTC in a 3-1 win roughly a month or so ago. And it's just a little reshuffle again. Leota's ball through. Carroll tries to spin away. Waycott read that move well. Campos will look to release Bates down this left-hand side. She's in a race with Montero, but Montero was always in the right spot to get there first. Ball comes back for Bates. Pass inboard's a good one for Suckling, who tries a lock from distance, and it's straight down the throat of Diedrichsen. Looked as though it was swerving a little bit in the air, but the direction was a little bit off the mark. Incidentally, it looks as though Ridley's slotted on this right-hand side, and Renee Leota will drop into that number 10 position, just behind the front 3. Meanwhile, a little sloppy at the back there from the Redbacks, but done as well to prevent the corner, and Curtin will instead have a throw, albeit with a caveat that Broomhead's throws will reach a pretty deep area in the penalty area if she gets onto it. Player who's had a handful of appearances at under 23 and senior level. And it comes from Broomhead. Suckling was showing interest in trying to get the flick on. Clayton was trying to put the cross back in, and instead it was charged down by Walsh, who will look to scoot away here, and then Walsh was pulled back by Clayton there and wasn't happy with the challenge, and that's as clear a yellow card as you're going to see in a game of football. Possibly a good foul there for Curtin. They were certainly stretched with Walsh running at them, but now they can get some numbers back to try and defend this one. Ridley tries to win the header in the air. Ball will break for Montero. Cross is looking for Leota, who couldn't divert her header on goal. It was a tricky chance. Cross was always slightly behind her. Curtin plays short here. Waycott, Ilias, Bates. Idea was right. Execution not quite on the money. Forward from Carroll, Walsh. Emily Dunn. Done pretty well for the time being. Looking for the assistant's flag. It's a Redbacks ball. It's taken quickly. Clayton back there defending and clearing out for another throw. It'll be take 2. Sun's starting to set here in the west. Certainly not setting on the Redbacks title hopes, though. They are going to return to the summit as things stand. They lead by 3-1, and they're on the front foot here looking for a fourth, which would surely ice the game. Curtin defend well and managed to shield the ball out for a goal kick. Goal kick, which will be taken short once again by Cavill. Dom Ganjami's team are clear on the philosophy of playing out from the back. Stepping in on Campos there was Leota. Ball over the top from Walsh was cut out by Connop. Billum forward for Ridley. Threaded through for Larissa Walsh, who's onside, and Cavill was out and claiming bravely again. That's good goalkeeping. Good anticipation there to read that one and make the challenge. It's still not over, though, in terms of the Redbacks attack. It's Coleman's ball in. Cavill caught that one. I think it may have even just kissed the crossbar as well before bouncing back into the goalkeeper's hands. Leota tries to link up with Walsh. It's Renee Leota driving through. Clayton stands tall and clears upfield. Ball cannoned back off Campos. It landed at the feet of Connop. Another Curtin change coming up. Caitlin Broomhead will take a seat. Confirm the identity of that replacement once we have it. I think that's the number 20, Sophie Preston. I'll let this one unfold first, though. Ridley tiptoeing into the area, charge down. Walsh, ball is pulled back. Billum encouraged to shoot by her teammates. Leota makes half a yard. Renee Leota slotting in a fourth for the Redbacks. She picks out the bottom corner and scores her first goal since May. And the Redbacks are heading back to the summit now. Redbacks 4, Curtin 1. Goal number 4 this season for Renee Leota. First goal since May 14. Don't let that deceive you, though. She's been a player who's been pivotal to the Redbacks this season with her impact off the bench structurally. looks as though the ghost is up for Curtin. Bates will link up with Suckling. Bates couldn't stay on side though, and Diedrichsen will amble after the ball. Not in much rush now. Understandably so. It is a warm afternoon here, and Redbacks look as though they've got the job done now. Bates for Suckling. Campos was trying to break from midfield. Waycott's clearance should be gathered by Clayton. Mavika Garafa couldn't quite keep that one alive. So Redbacks, 15 goals in their last 5 games now. Curtin are on the attack here, though. Suckling's pass will find Bates, and Teixeira did really well to get across. Can she keep it in play? No, she can't. Curtin will have a corner. So aside from 5 goals that the Redbacks scored against NTC at Macedonia Park earlier in the season, this is Carlos Vegamena's side's biggest haul in terms of the goals scored this season. And it'll be Larissa Walsh who makes way for final 10 to 15 minutes of this one. Walsh who scored twice today and has got 12 for the season now. Level with Katarina Jukic in the race for the Golden Boot at the top. And on in her place is Katie Moth, another member of the Redbacks 150 club. Bates' corner, header at goal was from Waycott, who was arriving in there, I think. In fact, it was Suckling who made good contact. Curtin have been pretty dangerous from set pieces this afternoon. Bates will sling in another deep one. The header was there again for, this time it was Waycott who couldn't quite get the contact required. Just back to Katie Moth quickly. Over 150 games for the club. A long-serving player. Been in 14 squads this season, but has mainly been a cameo performer for Carlos Vegamena's team. And she's racing away clear here, but the flag's up for offside. Yet to get off the mark this season, Katie Moth. Thought she had an opportunity there, but not to be. Leota. Ball threaded through here, is looking for Carroll. Offside flag's up yet again. And Carroll didn't put into the back anyway, as it turned out. Bates' pass inboard, cut out by Leota. Coleman. Teixeira. Coleman again, and back to Dunn at left back. Last touch off Hazelden there. So just a little over 5 minutes to play here at Celebration Park. And it's Redbacks 4, Curtin University 1. Redbacks coming forward, possibly looking for a 5th here. Carroll will retreat back to her namesake Kim. Ball played forward. Waycott wins the header. Hazelden. Billum. Cross aimed in at Ridley. Turning away Jonah Ridley. Ball across is looking for Moth. It might yet break for Leosa, and in the end it runs out for a goal kick. So 4 games left in the Redbacks season. They're going back to the top of the table tonight by a point. With this result, they go to Subiaco next week in a game of which many people would say on paper should be 3 points for Carlos Vegamena's team. And then they've got games against Fremantle at home, Balcatta at home, and a possibly title-deciding game with Mum FC on the final day of the season, should it get to that point. I certainly hope from a neutral's perspective that both of these teams can keep winning over the next few weeks, and we do have a title decider on that final day. It'd be a great advertisement for women's football and for the NPLW to have that game with a lot of pressure and a lot of eyes on it for the women's football community here in WA. Coleman. Ball through for Carroll, who's in on goal and scoring a 5th. 5-star Redback showing this afternoon. Sarah Carroll moves to 11 for the season, and the Redbacks have a handful here at Celebration Park. Redbacks 5, Curtin 1. Eight goals in her last 7 games for Sarah Carroll. And the Redbacks, 2 leading ladies, Carroll and Walsh, both have 2 today. And they're looking in good shape ahead of the final few games of the campaign. They're not done just yet either. Carroll looked offside, and she was. No hat-trick on this occasion. I can tell you that it was a pretty good omen that Sarah Carroll had scored this afternoon, because whenever she scores, the Redbacks win. Not played in a losing Redbacks team whenever she's hit the score sheet in the NPLW era, and she's certainly made her mark again this afternoon too. Player who, intriguingly, we see playing for the Perth Glory W League team in defence, so definitely some food for thought for Alex Apakis in terms of her providing that option as a centre forward for the upcoming W League season, perhaps. Here she is again, passing in board for Coleman. Just skips away from Bates. Ball is threaded through, looking for Moth. It'll be left for Billum. Flags up here on this near side. I'm assuming for an offside. Curtin's last 3 games. The next 2 games at home against Fremantle City and Mum FC. And then they finish away at NTC. Suckling turns away. Carroll with a strong challenge. Moth turns around the corner. Campos. Forward by Connop, intercepted by Coleman, who looks to thread through for Carroll, who's wide open again. She tried to feed Ridley. Doing the team thing there, Sarah Carroll. It looked as though it opened up for her to shoot on goal. Ridley with nice feet and a good pass for Leota. Ball over the top looking for Carroll. Cavill is off her line. Carroll will round the goalkeeper, and that's a great clearance off the line. Excellent defending. I think it was Hazelden who got in position there to clear that one away. Really good play there from Curtin defender. Putting her body on the line even at this late stage of the game. Clayton. Is there time for a Curtin consolation here? It'll be Suckling to try her luck, and she couldn't quite wrap her foot around the ball. And Diedrichsen was able to watch wide. Cleared upfield by Diedrichsen. Over the head of Carroll. Seconds ticking down now. At Celebration Park. It's a big win for the Redbacks. Full time here at Celebration Park. Northern Redbacks put 5 past Curtin University this afternoon and return to the summit of the league. They go 1 point clear of Murdoch University Melville FC after a efficient showing here in Perth's northern suburbs. It was the big hitters who delivered the goals. Sarah Carroll got 2, Larissa Walsh got 2 to take her place at the top of the Golden Boot race, and Renee Leota came off the bench to add a 5th as well on what was a good day for Northern Redbacks, who win their 5th game in a row and keep up their title challenge with 4 games left in the season for them. For Curtin, it was a disappointing defeat. They hung tough, particularly in the early stages of the game. Pulled one back from Andrea Prayato, her first NPLW goal, to make it 1-1. But Redbacks ran away with the game in the second half, and once again they respond as they needed to after Mum FC's win back on Friday night against Subiaco. An intriguing title race in store here in the West. 3 to 4 weeks of the season remaining. Northern Redbacks retain their place at the top of the league after a 5-1 win here at Celebration Park. Goodbye.